Buffalo Bills fans, we have plenty to break down as we approach Week 13, and while the injury report isn't exactly what we hoped for, there are a few silver linings that can bring some cautious optimism to Orchard Park. It's been a roller coaster of a season so far, and with a critical matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers looming, the health of key players has never been more important. Dalton Kincaid, the team's top tight end and a major part of the passing game, has finally shown signs of returning from the hamstring injury that sidelined him during the Week 10 loss to the Miami Dolphins. After weeks of being limited to the sidelines, Kincaid participated in practice, albeit in a limited role, signaling a potential return to action. While the coaching staff is understandably cautious about his availability, given both the nature of his injury and his importance to the offense, there is genuine hope that he could suit up this weekend, even if not at full strength. Kincaid's presence on the field is critical, as the Bills rely heavily on his ability to create mismatches and provide a reliable target in crucial situations, particularly in red zone scenarios. Alongside Kincaid, rookie cornerback Maxwell Hairston has made notable progress as he moves steadily through concussion protocol. After being forced out of the November 20th loss due to a head injury, Hairston has practiced fully, suggesting that he is in the final stages of the recovery process. His return would offer a much-needed boost to a secondary that has been stretched thin, especially with the team preparing to face the Steelers' versatile offensive threats. Hairston's ability to cover wide receivers in one-on-one situations, combined with his athleticism and instincts in the defensive backfield, can provide the Bills with more flexibility in their coverage schemes. His full participation in practice signals that he is trending toward being game-ready, which could be a key factor in how the coaching staff plans to approach the matchup on Sunday. Unfortunately, the good news is tempered by ongoing struggles along the offensive line. Both starting tackles are dealing with significant injuries, creating uncertainty for the team's ability to protect the quarterback and establish a strong running game. Right tackle Spencer Brown has been sidelined with a right shoulder injury that could potentially keep him out for multiple weeks, while left tackle Dion Dawkins remains in concussion protocol and has not practiced since sustaining delayed symptoms following his return in the Week 11 game against the Houston Texans. The absence of both bookends of the offensive line presents a serious challenge for the Bills, as protecting the quarterback against the Steelers' formidable defensive front is critical. Each day that passes without their return makes it increasingly unlikely that either will be available for Sunday's game, forcing the coaching staff to adjust and potentially rely on backups to fill these key roles. Linebacker Terrell Bernard also remains sidelined with a right elbow injury, further complicating the defensive rotation. The hope is that Bernard will be able to return within a couple of weeks, but for now, the team must navigate without his contributions. His absence impacts not only run support, but also the depth in pass coverage, which has already been tested due to injuries in the secondary. The coaching staff will need to carefully manage snap counts and rotations to ensure that the defense remains effective despite the challenges posed by missing personnel. Wide receiver Joshua Palmer's recent return to the injury report has added another layer of uncertainty to the Bills' offensive plans. Palmer had been out for 3 games before returning on November 16th against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, playing just half of the offensive snaps in the subsequent game against the Texans. After appearing as limited in practice during the team's mini-bye, Palmer was downgraded to non-participant, suggesting the possibility that he aggravated the ankle or knee injury suffered earlier in the season. Palmer's absence, or limited effectiveness, makes the potential return of Keon Coleman even more significant, as the Bills look to balance their receiving core and maintain depth across multiple positions. Coleman, who has missed the previous 2 games, appears poised to return against the Steelers. His presence will be crucial if Palmer is unable to contribute, as he can step in as one of the outside targets while also offering versatility in the slot. Coleman's season has been somewhat inconsistent, with disciplinary issues and prior benchings affecting his continuity, but head coach Sean McDermott has emphasized that his absence against Houston was due to scheduling rather than any new disciplinary reason. With Palmer trending in the wrong direction, Coleman's return provides a timely boost to the passing attack, which has been challenged by injuries and roster adjustments throughout the season. The receiving group will also see adjustments, with Curtis Samuel dealing with his own injuries and Elijah Moore no longer on the roster after the signing of free agent Brandon Cooks. This means that the Bills' active receiving core against the Steelers will likely feature Shakir, Shavers, Davis, Cooks, and Coleman, with adjustments depending on who is fully healthy by Friday's practice. The team's ability to integrate these players effectively will be crucial, as chemistry and timing are often disrupted when multiple receivers miss practice or are limited during the week. The coaching staff's challenge will be finding the right mix of personnel to maintain the rhythm of the offense while compensating for those sidelined by injuries. Despite the setbacks, the progress of Kincaid and Hairston offers a glimmer of hope for Bills fans. Kincaid's potential return, even at less than full strength, could provide the offense with a key target in critical situations, while Hairston's readiness strengthens the defensive backfield and adds depth to the secondary. The matchup against the Steelers is set to be a high-stakes contest, and every player's health will be scrutinized as the team prepares to face a well-rounded opponent capable of exploiting any weaknesses. Each practice leading up to the game will be critical in determining how much the coaching staff can rely on these players and what adjustments will need to be made to maintain competitiveness on both sides of the ball. As the Bills navigate this challenging stretch, the balance between protecting key players and pushing for readiness will be delicate. Decisions regarding snap counts, rotations, and in-game strategy will hinge on the health reports in the final days leading up to kickoff. Fans can anticipate a week of careful preparation and incremental updates, as the coaching staff weighs the risks and rewards of returning players while ensuring that the team is positioned to execute its game plan effectively. Kincaid's return, Hairston's progress, Coleman's availability, and the status of other injured contributors will collectively shape how the Bills approach their critical matchup against a Pittsburgh team that remains dangerous in all phases of the game. The season's narrative continues to evolve around these injury concerns, as the Bills' resilience and adaptability will be tested. With key contributors moving closer to being ready and others still sidelined, the coaching staff will need to make strategic adjustments to keep the team competitive. The integration of returning players into the offensive and defensive schemes, combined with the management of those recovering from injury, will be pivotal in determining whether Buffalo can maintain momentum and execute at a high level against a formidable opponent. Every practice, every decision, and every adjustment counts as the team prepares to take the field, with fans watching closely for any signs that the lineup is approaching full strength. As the Bills move closer to Sunday's showdown with the Pittsburgh Steelers, attention shifts not only to who is returning, but also to how the lineup will function in real game conditions. Keon Coleman's potential re-entry into the receiving core brings a renewed sense of optimism, especially considering the recent setbacks with Joshua Palmer and Curtis Samuel. Coleman has shown flashes of his ability to stretch the field, create separation, and deliver consistent production when given the opportunity, which could prove invaluable against a Steelers defense that excels at pressuring the quarterback and disrupting timing routes. Integrating him back into the rotation will be a balancing act, as the coaching staff must account for timing with the quarterback, chemistry with fellow receivers, and the rhythm of the passing game, which has been disrupted by multiple injuries over the past few weeks. Brandon Cooks' signing adds another layer of complexity and potential to the offensive unit. Cooks brings veteran experience and a proven track record of making big plays downfield, and his presence alongside Shakir, Shavers, and Davis provides the Bills with multiple reliable targets. With Elijah Moore released, the coaching staff can focus on developing consistent patterns and timing with the current active receivers, while also adjusting the game plan to exploit mismatches against Pittsburgh's secondary. The integration of Cooks and Coleman could transform the passing attack, offering the quarterback more options to distribute the ball and reducing the dependency on any single receiver. The challenge lies in building chemistry quickly and ensuring that all receivers understand their roles within the offensive scheme, particularly in critical third down and red zone situations where precision is paramount. The offensive line situation remains a major concern, with both starting tackles out or uncertain for Sunday. Backup linemen may be called upon to fill significant roles, which could affect the protection schemes and the ability to establish a running game. The Bills rely heavily on their offensive line to create lanes for the running backs, protect the quarterback, and set the tone for the offense. And any weakness along the edges could be exploited by a Steelers defense that has shown the ability to pressure effectively and create turnovers. The coaching staff will need to emphasize technique, communication, and preparation in practice to minimize the impact of these injuries, while also potentially adjusting the offensive playbook to account for changes in personnel. Shorter dropbacks, quicker passes, and increased use of tight ends like Kincaid could help mitigate some of the risks associated with the line's instability. Defensively, the Bills have been forced to adjust frequently due to injuries across the secondary and linebacking core. Maxwell Hairston's progression through concussion protocol is critical, as his return can help stabilize the defensive backfield. Hairston's presence allows for more flexibility in coverage, including the ability to match up against Pittsburgh's top receiving threats and provide support over the middle. Terrell Bernard's absence still leaves a gap at linebacker, requiring adjustments in run fits and coverage rotations. The coaching staff must manage snap counts carefully, balancing the need for fresh players with the strategic demands of defending a team capable of stretching the field vertically and horizontally. Every matchup against the Steelers will require attention to detail, as their ability to exploit mismatches and pressure the quarterback can quickly turn any lapse into points for the opposition. Special teams could also play a pivotal role, especially given the uncertainties in the offensive and defensive units. With key contributors sidelined, opportunities may arise for backups and newly integrated players to make impactful plays. Coverage units, returners, and kicking situations could all have heightened importance, as field position can be a deciding factor in a close game. The Bills will need to emphasize discipline, execution, and communication to minimize errors and capitalize on any mistakes by the Steelers, ensuring that special teams contribute positively to the overall game plan rather than becoming a liability. The quarterback position remains a cornerstone of the Bills' approach. Protection from the offensive line, timing with receivers, and the ability to read the defense are all influenced by who is available each week. Dalton Kincaid's potential return offers another reliable option in the passing game, and even if he is not at full strength, his presence changes how the defense must prepare. Opposing defenses will need to account for his route running, catch radius, and ability to draw attention from multiple defenders, which could open opportunities for other receivers and create more favorable matchups downfield. Coleman and Cook's presence enhances this dynamic, providing a multidimensional threat that can keep defenders guessing and allow the quarterback to distribute the ball more effectively. Before we dive back in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest Buffalo Bills updates straight to your screen. And hey, don't hold back. Let us know your thoughts on today's news down in the comments. The Buffalo Bills locker room is reportedly in turmoil after a heated altercation involving head coach Sean McDermott and one of the team's starters. Sources close to the organization claim that McDermott made a shocking decision in the aftermath. The player involved will no longer play for the Bills. While details remain scarce, whispers around the team suggest tensions have been simmering for weeks, and this confrontation may have been the breaking point. Insiders describe the incident as more than a simple disagreement. According to The Buzz, voices were raised, and emotions flared to the point where McDermott felt compelled to take immediate and decisive action. The coach, known for his disciplined approach and firm expectations, reportedly communicated his decision directly to the player in front of the team, signaling that certain boundaries in the locker room are non-negotiable. He crossed the line, one source hinted. Sean doesn't tolerate that kind of behavior. Fans and analysts are already speculating about what this could mean for the team's dynamics moving forward. Questions are swirling about who will fill the void left by this sudden exit and whether this shakeup could ripple through the locker room. Teammates are said to be divided, with some backing McDermott's stance on accountability, while others reportedly worry that morale may take a hit if the conflict isn't fully addressed behind the scenes. Social media has been buzzing nonstop since the news began to circulate. Hashtags and fan threads suggest a mix of outrage, surprise, and curiosity. Some fans are praising McDermott's decisive leadership, while others are questioning the timing and implications of the move. Rival teams are undoubtedly watching closely, aware that internal tension in Buffalo could present opportunities on the field. While no official statement has been released, the rumor mill is in full swing. Sports talk shows are already dissecting every possible scenario, from potential trades to lineup changes, and every angle is being explored. One thing is clear. This incident has lit a fire under the Bills community, and everyone, from players to coaches to fans, is eager to see how the situation unfolds. If these rumors hold any truth, the landscape in Buffalo has shifted overnight. The question now is whether the team can regroup and maintain its focus, or if the locker room drama will overshadow the rest of the season. Only time will tell if McDermott's bold decision was the right one, or if it's the start of a storm that could define the franchise's next chapter. That's a wrap for now. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay on top of all things Buffalo Bills, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what you think in the comments. See you in the next update.